UK already has sorted and probably got an exemption for procuring oil
No.
from the US.
This is do something very similar.
So then why single out India?
All right. At least one minister is in a good position, Chris, because you did a trade deal with the United States.
And India.
And India too.
Yes.
But I want to
Well, I
start
was
with...
going to do India first.
I wanted to come to him last because even though we've been paying a lot of attention over the last 9 months to what the United States is doing, but India was already doing this before it was mainstream. You were doing this kind of unique trade deals.
Well, we recognized many years ago that we have to integrate with global markets. If we have to become a developed nation, living in isolation isn't going to do us any good. And COVID was another opportunity where everybody could reflect on how we can expand relations with trusted partners. And I remember earlier on we used to do trade deals with countries which were really competitors to India. 21, we sat down and looked at our trading arrangements, and we realized that it'll be good to integrate with developed countries, with advanced economies. That would help us in our own development priorities or imperatives, help us get technology, help us get investments, open our markets as well as open other markets to Indian products, also improve our efficiency, our operations. And therefore, around 21, we got into negotiations with 5 or 6 important countries around the world, with UAE, Australia, UK, EU. And this was a process which really had started 20 years ago, but around 2005-06, but could never reach end conclusion. 21, we started with a new open mind, with a new way of thinking. We quickly wrapped up deals with UAE, with Australia, with the 4-nation EFTA bloc, Switzerland, Norway, Liechtenstein, and Iceland, with UK in July this year. We're in active dialogue with the EU. If we get a fair deal, if we get an equitable and a balanced deal, maybe that will happen.
He's negotiating now.
And we are talking to the United States, of course, but we don't do deals in a hurry, and we don't do deals with deadlines or with a gun on our head.
But that's how deals are done these days. It's a deadline.
I don't think so.
Tariffs come in midnight on this date. Take it or leave it.
India looks long term. India never takes decisions in a rush or on the pressure of the moment. And we've accepted if there's a tariff on us, there is a tariff on us. We are looking how to overcome that. We are looking at newer markets. We are looking at a stronger demand impetus within the Indian economy. So we have a very resilient structure, 1.4 billion people, young. Our average age is 28.5 years, very aspirational. 1 billion internet users connected to what's happening at the Berlin Global Dialogue, aspiring for a better quality of life for their families. So they are not in a situation where they want to do suboptimal deals. We'd like to really look at the long term. We recognize that 20, 25 years from now, we'll be a $30 trillion economy. And accordingly, we will negotiate based on the future. A trade deal is on the long run.
Right.
And we have to recognize the future and get the best deal for the country.
How do you get that fair trade deal that is long-term looking in an era where you have a gun to your head, you have a deadline, you have to do it quickly because there will be major impacts? And there are also geopolitical concerns. If you don't stop buying this from this other country, then no, you won't do a deal with us.
Well, I don't think India has ever decided who its friends will be based on any other considerations other than national interest. And I think if
So plainly, you want to be told that you can't be friends with Russia.
somebody tells me tomorrow I can't be friends with the European Union, I won't accept that. Or somebody tells me tomorrow I can't work with Kenya, it's not acceptable to me. So I think we are all in it together. The decision whether to buy a particular product from a country is something that the entire world will have to take a call on. So I was reading in today's paper, Germany is asking for exemption from US sanctions on oil. Now these are UK already has sorted and probably got an exemption for procuring oil
No.
from the US.
This is about the Rosneft deal, sanctions, I think, and we've sorted out the issues with Germany. We managed to do that very quickly, and I think the Americans will do something very similar.
So then why single out India?
Well, it's a specific subsidiary in relation to Rosneft.
We also have a subsidiary in India of the Rosneft.
Well, come and talk to us. My door is always open. Look, the only thing I'd say about speed is the world it's just a fact that we're interconnected now. We all tend to talk about goods when in trade, and lots of trade negotiations get a bit obsessed with goods, and sometimes it feels like it's the economies of 50 or 100 years ago rather than the economies of the next 50 or 100 years. And I want to go, if somebody's creating, for instance, a new video game, which will be if it's going to be a AAA game, it'll be a multi-billion pound investment across 15 years at least. Of course they're going to think about all the markets in the world,
right,
because they're going to be selling it digitally around the world. So what does trade look like in that environment? And of course for us in the UK financial services, that's a really important part of what we are able to offer to the world. I think still is a very important financial hub in the UK.
So you defended speed, and part of that is because, as you said, no longer members of the European Union. So the UK has had to learn how to do these deals quickly,
yeah,
but not at the pace that Donald Trump wants them done, which is overnight. For a big country like India, it's not possible. You are lucky to get at the front of the queue, but
not
every
lucky.
other country...
We worked hard. These things do not happen by luck. They don't happen by luck.
But you have a special relationship. Every other country has to get in the queue, and the queue is 200 countries long. So it takes a long time to even get prioritized.
No, indeed, and of course, but some ideas have been around for a long time and never been actioned.